Honda just unveiled a bike that Indian riders thought they'd never see again. A big, air-cooled single-cylinder roadster, straight out of the golden era of classic motorcycling. And it might be the first real threat to Royal Enfield's home turf in years. But here's the real question. Could this be the push Suzuki needs to bring back one of its own forgotten singles, the Tempter? In July 2026, Honda unveiled the all-new CB500 in India, as part of a massive 10-model, made-in-India lineup. This isn't a rebadge or a twin-cylinder middleweight. It's a brand new 501cc air and oil-cooled single-cylinder engine, making around 28 horsepower and a healthy 43 Nm of torque. It's the largest air-cooled single Honda has ever built for the Indian market. The styling leans hard into Honda's CB750 heritage, with a round LED headlamp, a sculpted tank, spoked wheels, and modern touches like a slipper clutch and selectable torque control. And here's the real story. This bike fills a gap that sat empty since 2020, when Royal Enfield discontinued its own classic 500. Honda is walking straight into that void. But make no mistake, Royal Enfield isn't just popular. It's untouchable in this space. In 2026, it was ranked the third strongest automobile brand in the world, with its brand value jumping 30% to over $1 billion. In India alone, more than 90% of its sales still come from single-cylinder 350cc classics like the Bullet, the Classic, and the Hunter. If Honda's new single is going to make a real dent, it needs more than clever timing. It needs the character riders associate with a proper thumper. Which brings us to Suzuki. It's already tiptoed back into retro territory for 2026 with the GSX-8T and GSX-8TT, parallel twin street bikes styled after the legendary GS1000S from the 1980s. It proved Suzuki still knows how to build nostalgia. But a twin isn't a single. And singles are exactly what built Royal Enfield's entire identity, and what Honda is now betting on too. Suzuki has actually tried this fight before. Back in 1983, it used the Tempter name on the GR650, a British-styled parallel twin sold in the US for just 2 years. Later, Suzuki reused the Tempter badge in Japan and Europe on a single-cylinder machine based on the SD400, built specifically to take on Yamaha's SR400. It had a self-starter, chrome trim, and classic styling. Everything the SR lacked on paper. And yet, it still couldn't beat it. Enthusiasts say the Tempter was simply too polished, too refined. It lacked the raw, unfiltered feel riders wanted from a thumper. So will Honda's new single-cylinder CB500 be enough to finally crack Royal Enfield's dominance? And if it works, does Suzuki finally have the business case to dust off the Tempter name for a modern classic single of its own? The demand is clearly there. Honda just bet an entire made-in-India model on it. The only question is whether Suzuki wants back into a fight it already lost once.